We welcome you to San Jose, California for this opening round matchup of the 2010 Men's Basketball Championship that pits the 4-seed Vanderbilt Commodores against the 13-seeded Murray State Racers. Take a look at the brackets and how they stack up in this West region. The bottom of your picture, we open with Vandy and Murray State. Butler, UTEP, the second game of our day's session, and a potential upset bid there. Two very intriguing matchups as we get set to go here. Let's take a look at how the two teams will start this game. First, Vandy on the right. John Jenkins among the young men we'll be talking about today. The much heralded freshman for Kevin Stallings led the SEC in three-point shooting. And meantime, balance is the name of the game for this Murray State team. All 5 starters averaging double-digit scoring. Today's game being brought to you in Sterling, HDTV by LG. Life's good. Our officials for today's game, Patrick Driscoll, William McCarthy, and Michael Irving, as we are ready for tip-off finally. Spiro Ditas and Bob Wenzel, our entire CBS crew on hand. Bob, what do we look for early in this game?
I'm intrigued by the matchup between Ogilvie inside against Easley, the shot blocker. Both of these teams are balanced in terms of inside-outside scoring. Vanderbilt much bigger.
Ogilvie setting up his man in the corner. Jeffrey Taylor's shot was blocked, and it's knocked out of bounds. And possession maintained for the Commodores with 17 to shoot.
Easley got that. He got a piece of it. Billy Kennedy, the coach, looking on. Easley had 93 blocked shots coming into this game.
Vanderbilt 24-8 overall on the season as they knock down the 3 from the corner. That's Jermaine Beal, the senior from DeSoto, Texas.
First team unanimous all SEC, up there with John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins. So Beal, the leader, the unquestioned leader of this team.
Murray State 30-4, the champion out of the Ohio Valley Conference. Their first possession of the day looked awfully loose during their pregame warm-ups and certainly during their team workout yesterday.
They have a lot of guys, Spiro, who put the ball on the floor with the dribble. Vanderbilt's going to have to move their feet defensively.
Ogilvie trying to find Andre Walker inside. Pass a little bit behind target as the Commodores commit the early turnover.
I'm surprised there's full court pressure here by Vanderbilt. It's the zone variety, kind of token early just to check it out, and they're coming back man-to-man here.
Murray State coming in. 13-seeded team in the West. It's taken inside. Layup is up and good. That's Ivan Asker, the native of Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Yeah, he's only 230 at 6'7". And right now, Ivan is matched up against Ogilvie because he's much stronger than the Finnish Beasley.
Andre Walker trying to find some open space, finds Jeffrey Taylor. And a pretty good look at it. Offensive rebound by Walker. And a new 35 for the Commodores. There's a 3 from John Jenkins. Boy, he made his mark early in SEC play. Led the conference in three-point shooting. And meantime, the Racers getting up and down the floor quickly. 5-4 game.
Well, the Racers do like to push it, Spiro. They get up and down the floor quickly. And a team that has won 30 games, they like to get the ball up and down the floor. Right here, you can see B.J. Jenkins taking it coast to coast for Murray State. I think we're going to see a lot more interior play offensively for Vanderbilt in this game. Ogilvie, one of the top guys in the SEC in terms of getting fouled and free throw shooting. Jeffrey Taylor, an excellent forward for this team. Born in Sweden. Dad was a pro over there. And of course, he has had kind of lately, a little bit of a slump. Single figures in the last 3 out of 4 games, and he averages nearly 14 a game.
Vandy's head coach Kevin Stallings said he's tried to encourage him to shoot more. Says he's a better shooter than he thinks.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a confidence issue, and he's been good and bad during the SEC season.
Here comes Taylor trying to get to the rim. And a reaching foul will put the sophomore at the free throw line. Well, there's Billy Kennedy, the head man of this Murray State team, led them to 30 victories. Bob, the most in the school's 85-year history. That's a pretty good year.
Yeah, excellent year. And of course, the kids call him Clint Eastwood, so he's so cool, calm, and collected. I said, does he rough you guys up during practice? They said no.
Kennedy's counterpart today, Kevin Stallings, a winning percentage of over 61 in his 11th season leading the Commodores.
Yes, he's an excellent coach and was the coach of the year this year in the SEC. And of course, Kevin played at Purdue, was an excellent player, played in the Final Four.
Offensive rebound by Walker, can't finish, but Taylor is inside to clean it up.
Nice pair of forwards, huh? Walker and Taylor, bouncy.
Meantime, some early foul trouble for Murray State. Easily just picked up his second.
And that is very, very serious for Billy Kennedy because Easley is their best defender on the interior. Kevin Stallings is going to get the interior offense going here. If he's wise, he'll get the ball into Ogilvie.
Jeffrey McLean is checked in for the Racers. McLean, the junior from Hickman, Kentucky. Here comes Gennaro Thomas getting to the rim, couldn't finish over the big Ogilvie. A rebound attempt from B.J. Jenkins. Another chance inside. That's Jeffrey McLean. And he'll earn a trip to the free throw line.
I'll tell you what, you got to admire the stick-to-itiveness on the offensive boards right here. Ogilvie challenges nicely, but Racers all over the offensive glass, and they come up with a free throw. I mean, you talk about a team that's got some bounce. McLean just got in the game, and he gets all over the glass.
McLean was the Racers' full-time starter at the power forward position last season. This year in a bench role.
He's one of those dirty work type guys, you know, gets in there, pounds around, 6'6", 230. He's going to be undersized in this game in the post.
McLean can't put the free throws down, so an 8-4 game in the Commodores.
Yeah, he's 6'11" and nearly 260. An Australian product, has been very consistent his entire career at Vandy.
Bob, no secret, Vandy is at its best when they are working inside out. And a good start for Ogilvie as meantime more free throws coming up for the Racers. That's Isaac Miles getting to the bucket.
Vanderbilt taking care of the inside right here. Ogilvie, an easy one. Notice how he does his work before the pass comes. It's a catch and lay-in. It's not a catch and two dribbles and a fake and a jump hook. When you're big and strong like he is, and he's got the advantage in size in this game, get your body into your defender early.
Isaac Miles' first free throw is good. The native of Kansas City. Averaged just under 11 points per game.
He's a transfer from Creighton where he did a good job there. Kind of a point guard, all-around type player. And an excellent season this year for the Racers.
His free throws bring the Racers to within 4 points. Just under 17 minutes left in this first half. Teams still trying to feel each other out in the early going. Taylor, nice lead pass for Ogilvie. Soft rim, can't finish. Ogilvie is on rebound. And knocked away and taken by Murray State. It's taken right back. And we get a loose ball foul.
In there, scrambling after the basketball because of their lack of size.
Early rebounding numbers favoring the Commodores 7-4. Ivan Asker wanted to take Ogilvie at a charging foul, charged to Asker. So a good defensive start for the Commodores. A 4-point lead here in San Jose. Timeout. Well, Murray State among the nation's best field goal shooting teams coming into this tournament. They've missed 4 of their first 6 shots, but Bob's still only down 4 points.
Well, the big thing is that Easley has 2 fouls. Number 43 right there is going to the bench and has been on the bench. He's had 93 block shots. He would be a big factor in this game, blocked the first shot of the game, so he's going to sit probably for the entire first half. Puts a lot of pressure on McLean. His sub is only 6'6".
Well, as expected, Vanderbilt, a bigger team out of the SEC, has controlled the glass early in this game. 7-0 in second chance points. They find Taylor getting to the rim. Nice defensive stand on the interior. And the basketball ball belongs to Murray State.
Right here, take the ball strong to the basket. A very, very nice challenge in here. Terrific, terrific job by Ivan Asker. And of course, it's going to be Murray State going the other way.
Asker, the Ohio Valley Conference's freshman of the year last season. So 15:36 remaining. First half here in San Jose. Spiro Ditas, Bob Wenzel with you. Vanderbilt, the 4th seed, ranked 20th in the AP poll.
Festus Ezeli, number 3 in the game right now for Ogilvie. part of their international contingent.
A sophomore born in Nigeria. Defending here. Aska, little turnaround, misses everything inside. And a foul charged to Vanderbilt.
Well, so far in this game, Murray State is doing an excellent job on second chance points. Billy Kennedy's team not doing such a great job on their first shot, but they are getting after it on the boards, and that is very admirable.
Bill Kennedy's Murray State Racers winning 17 games at one point this season. From December 30th to February the 20th. That broke a school record established back in the 1930s, a historic season for the Racers. In the meantime, Denaro Thomas brings them to within 1 point.
You know, you mentioned the balance on this team, Spiro. 6 guys average about 10 points a game, so you can't skew your defense in any direction.
Steve Chingang, another international player, is checked in for Vanderbilt. The putback jam in and out. It was Ed Daniel. A chance to stuff it home, could not.
Well, get down the floor on the break. Daniel was going to be in the highlights. Now he's in the lowlights on this miss. For sure, it became a long shot because he was so high above the rim.
He's got a little nerves early in this game, but the kid can jump. We know that. Won the Alabama State High School dunk competition last year as a high school senior. Something tells me he'll get another look at a dunk in this game.
They get after it.
10-9 lead for Vanderbilt.
Beal, number 0, has been a little bit uninvolved at the offensive end. He is their best offensive player.
Averages just over 15 points per game, the senior. Nice little roll for Jeffrey Taylor. And Chingang, meantime, is hurt. Crumples to the floor as he grabs his midsection. Chingang, born in Cameroon.
Take a look in the middle of the lane right here. Guys jostling for position. Hard to tell what happened.
Maybe got the wind knocked out of him. Looks like he's okay. So a 12-9 lead for the Commodores. 14:25 remaining. Crowd continues to fill the building here in San Jose.
Remember a couple of years ago, the Cameroon crazies at UCLA? They had 2 players from Cameroon, Luc Richard, Umba Amute, and Alfred Aboya. Those guys went to the Final Four. Now, in case you're wondering why 3 officials are not over there, 2 officials go, the referee and whoever had the call. The 3rd official goes out and makes peace and makes sure nothing else happens out on the floor.
Trying to determine if the contact should garner any kind of excessive foul call. As you see Chingang kind of grimace in pain there in the center of the paint.
It looked to me like Isaac Smiles' right hand just went into his lower abdomen there. Didn't look intentional to me, did you think?
Certainly looked like a clean play as both teams go to their respective benches. Play not looking intimidated.
Agreed.
This 4-seeded Vanderbilt team. McClellan misfires on the 3. And Murray State has it looking for more.
Vanderbilt this year swept Tennessee and swept the Gators and played a 2-point game against Kentucky. Those are the points of pride for this group this year.
Miles trying to find a space. Inside their pass. Nice ball movement inside to Daniel. And Edward Daniel to the free throw line with a chance to tie this game. With 12:31 left in this first half.
When you go through a season like Murray State has in the Ohio Valley Conference and you win 30 games and go 17-1 in your league, you build up confidence. Doesn't matter who you're playing against in the NCAA tournament, you're used to winning, and they have the winning habit.
Still to go. Big day in the history of their program. That play knocked out of bounds after the dribble drive by Taylor.
You know, the other thing that Murray State's doing very well in this game, the ball is getting to the paint like on that play with a dribble or a pass. All 5 guys converging in the lane and slapping at the basketball. Very few clean shots in the lane for Vanderbilt at all in this game so far. Ogilvie got one early on a nice pass from Taylor, but other than that, it's been very, very congested in the lane. I think that Vanderbilt needs to take advantage of Ogilvie's side, spread the floor. They've got good three-point shooters, and try to be a little bit more determined about getting the ball inside to him.
Well, after Vanderbilt, as they trying to sort through some more confusion, after Vanderbilt went down in the SEC tournament to Mississippi State, they talked about getting to the rim a little bit more. Their free throws went down there as that tournament progressed.
And Jarvis Venardo had 6 blocks in that game. Ogilvie only had 2 points in that game. Of course, Venardo, the leading shot blocker in the history of college basketball for Mississippi State.
They put 4 seconds back on the clock. Here's Taylor again getting to the rim. And will learn a trip to the free throw line with 12:15 to play before halftime.
Well, Vanderbilt, if they take it strong like they do on this play, dribble, drive the lane, you're going to get crowded. And this is what's going to happen during the course of the game. You're going to score more points from the free throw line than you are from the field because of the Racers' idea of stinging you as you come into the lane there. Taylor, a very good free throw shooter, up near 80, 76%. Nice stroke.
Second free throw pushes to a 3-point lead. Murray State has it. Isaiah Cannon, much heralded freshman from Biloxi, Mississippi, is checked in.
He was big in the win in the conference tournament final, knocking in threes.
Freshman of the year in the Ohio Valley Conference. It's Isaac Miles. Game back to a 1-point differential. Brown Jenkins, the freshman, back in. Murray State.
Jenkins is going to get a lot of attention from Isaac Miles.
Ogilvie steps out, can't put it in. Here comes Cannon. Checked here by Brad Tinsley. And a whistle blown against Vanderbilt. So possession maintained by Murray State in a 1-point game. Stay with us. Here, the West Region, San Jose, a 1-point game between Vanderbilt and Murray State, 4 against 13. Some foul issues now, Bob, for both of these teams. A.J. Ogilvie from Vanderbilt just picking up his second foul.
Yeah, the 2 tallest players for either team are on the bench, as Easley went to the bench very early. But in his place, Edward Daniel has been a really pogo stick on the offensive boards here.
Murray State has it, a chance to take the lead. Come up on 11 minutes left before halftime.
Change in strategy right here on the part of Kevin Stallings. He's going to a 2-3 zone. If he scouted Murray State, he knows a lot of the teams in his conference play zone against Billy Kennedy's team. They like the dribble drive. That takes it away a little bit.
Stallings so respected around the game for his X's and O's ability. Nice find inside.
Yeah, there's an X and O. How about that little backdoor play? Pete Carrill would be proud.
So Vanderbilt a 19-16 lead.
Now watch the 2-3 zone right here. In the middle, you've got Festus Ezeli, 6'11", 255. He should play with his hands out. Getting the rebound on the miss is what's been troubling for Vanderbilt so far in the game.
Dante Poole checking in. The sophomore setting up Isaiah Cannon for the corner 3.
46% from downtown on the year. That is excellent. 35 is good. 46 is through the roof good.
Second among freshmen in all of Division I college basketball. And a quick answer from Vanderbilt. 21-19 lead for the Commodores. We come up on 10 to play before halftime. Here's Poole.
I think Beal needs to get involved a little bit more. Number 0 on this team has taken 1 shot. He averages 15 a game.
Isaiah Cannon became a YouTube sensation earlier in the season at a half-court shot from his knees in an Ohio Valley Conference game. We'll get to that a little bit later. It's B.J. Jenkins, the Virginia Beach native.
See the use of the bounce? Always on the part of the Racers.
Vanderbilt trying to break the tie with a corner 3 that misses everything. It was Lance Goulbourne on the 3-point try.
Both coaches getting a lot of players in here in the first part of this game. NCAA tournament, nerves play a factor. Want to get guys in so they get a sweat up.
still get the feeling that Vanderbilt is trying to get comfortable. Very unfamiliar teams, obviously, having not seen each other. Another three, and Murray State has grabbed its first lead of this ball game.
Jenkins 2 in a row against the zone.
24-21, the 13 seed in front. And how do the Commodores answer?
Well,
Beal.
They need to get it inside, and the interior is where they have the advantage, and there it is.
Festus Uzili brings Vandy within one.
Two things have emerged in this game for me so far. Murray State, very tough and quick, using the bounce to get in there, and then stinging defensively in the paint at this end.
Andre Walker, the steal. Boy, look out, nearly undercut. Will get to the free throw line.
Here you go, guys. Here you go.
Contact coming from the freshman Isaiah Cannon. Dangerous play, Walker's feet taken out from underneath him.
Yeah, not intentional. Run past the man, try to slap the ball out of his hands. Legs got tangled up there a little bit. Walker had a shoulder injury earlier this year, did not play against LSU in their home win against the Tigers. Redshirted last year with a knee injury. And he has been a pleasant player for Kevin Stallings this season.
More changes. Steve Cheen will check in as Kevin Stallings trying to find some backup minutes here with A.J. Ogilvie on the bench with 2 fouls.
Frustration on the part of the Commodores here defensively, Spiro. They go man-to-man, which is their staple, and they got beat off the dribble by the smaller, quicker racers, and then they go 2-3 zone, and Murray State hits 2 threes against it. What to do? Back to man-to-man.
8:20 to play first half. Vanderbilt a 25-24 lead. B.J. Jenkins. Here's Dante Poole. Poole trying to turn the corner. They screen Cheen. Poole had a great look at it, couldn't put it back. McLean can't answer. And Vanderbilt has it. Walker bullet pass underneath. It's Coolborn. Both teams missing some bunnies in the interior. And we will get a timeout. 7:55 left first half here in San Jose. 7:55 remaining. First half here in San Jose. It's 4 against 13 right now. Vanderbilt with only a 1-point lead by West.
2 big guys on the bench right now, Spiro. A.J. Ogilvie, the star of Vanderbilt's team, a very consistent performer from the start of his freshman year here. And then, of course, Tony Easley, the leading shot blocker for Murray State. And despite his absence on the floor, Murray State doing a great job on the boards. Easley's going to be well rested when he gets back in the game. He only played about 2 minutes.
Billy Kennedy talking to us about the improvement that Easley made defensively this season, becoming such an indispensable part of this Murray State team.
Because he's such a good shot blocker, and he's changed. Easley last year has 18 blocks. This year, 93. So I asked Billy Kennedy, how did that happen? He said, well, we challenged him to become much more effective, and his challenge sure worked.
Neither team shooting very well. Both teams hovering right around 40%. Steve Cheen, second free throw, no good. This is both attempts. So this remains a 1-point game.
The good thing for Murray State, they're 3 for 4 from downtown in this game so far. And they made 2 against the zone immediately. So as a consequence, Vanderbilt back to man-to-man.
Isaiah Cannon, such a dynamic first-year player for Billy Kennedy. Shot clock at 6 seconds. The Racers look confused here. Thomas has to shoot a fadeaway 3 from the corner. He only got it to fall. Cheen the rebound. Here's Jermaine Beal, the young man you said has to kickstart his game here.
Yeah, I think, you know, he's very content for most games to get everybody involved, but right here they set a screen for him. This is what he needs to do more of.
Contact nearly got the bucket. Will shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jermaine Beal really needs to get involved in this game at the offensive end and not just be a distributor, equal opportunity for everybody on the floor. He has the skills to get his own shot. First team, all SEC. He's only taken 2 shots in the game so far, made both of them, makes his free throw.
Beal an 80% free throw on the season. Changes for Bill Kennedy.
Beal also the winningest player in the history of Vanderbilt basketball. How about that? And big games against their rival Tennessee. 25 at Tennessee, 20 against Tennessee at home.
Stallings has said he was our MVP. Such an integral part of this team. Obviously, Ogilvy, a focal point inside.
They are not handling the pick and rolls very well in this game.
It's B.J. Jenkins getting to the bucket and finishes with a left-handed scoop. So 1-point Vanderbilt lead. There's Andre Walker. Blocked aside by Thomas. And the Racers have it. Isaac Miles. Here's Jenkins from 3.
Great
Racers
hustle.
keep it alive. That's the freshman Edward Daniel.
I'll tell you, you predicted Daniels coming up here. I mean, he is so active on the boards. Bigger guys out-quicking them to the basketball. They have not handled pick and rolls well. You got to either switch it or hedge it or be consistent with what you're doing.
Miles dials up to 3 from the corner, despite the fact that he was challenged by Big Steve Cheangang, and Murray State with a 2-point lead. Just under 6 minutes to play before halftime. Beal backdoor trying to find Jeffrey Taylor, and here comes Denaro Thomas. Lead pass for Daniel, look out! Time contact, and Daniel to the free throw line.
Well, I told you that they're not handling the pick and roll very well, and the last 2 possessions are an example. The switch allows the little guy to take the ball into the basket. Jenkins scores, and right here, the switch again, big on little on the perimeter. Isaac Miles knocks in the 3. So Vanderbilt not doing a good job handling the pick and roll situations at all. They are switching right now. And as a result of the switch, Murray State taking advantage of the mismatches.
First look at Juwan Long from Murray State. Sophomore from Jackson, Tennessee. Bounce back year for Long. Had a season-ending knee injury that cut his year short last season. Second free throw missed, but Long keeps it alive for the Racers. Murray State 29, Vanderbilt 27. Vanderbilt, 4th seed, ranked 20th in the AP poll. Thomas, little hesitation move. Off wing. Boy, the Racers starting to get some second chance opportunities.
They started second chance points as soon as the game began. That has been their most impressive deal in this game so far.
Vanderbilt not protecting the defensive glass. Nice little shake and bake maneuver by Denaro Thomas. Back with you in San Jose, 3 minutes, 40 seconds to play before halftime. And so far, the 13th-seeded Murray State Racers. A 2-point lead on the 4th seed Vanderbilt.
And how did that happen? Well, one of the reasons is the guards have handled the ball very, very well. Only 3 turnovers on the part of Murray State, and they have gotten after it on the offensive board, Spiro. 9 offensive boards for the smaller Murray State team, and that has been extremely impressive. They've also made 4 of 8 from downtown, which is always going to help. They have Vanderbilt in a funk right now. Vanderbilt's offense is not running as smoothly as it usually does. And Jenkins with the basketball has only had 1 clean look. They're doing a great job on the great 3-point shooting.
Vanderbilt coming in off its SEC semifinal loss to Mississippi State. Nice backdoor find. Walker to Taylor to the rim, and a chance at a 3-point play.
That, my friend, was a thing of beauty.
Just the struggle from the free throw line, so the game remains tied at 31. Spero Ditas, Bob Wenzel welcoming you to San Jose. It's Murray State, the 13th seed, hanging with Vandy early in this game. We're tied at 31. Nice inside maneuver by the Fort Lauderdale native, Ivan Aska.
Well, Murray State is doing it with a lot of guts, handling the basketball well, getting all over the offensive glass.
Andre Walker, nice look at it inside. It's knocked out of bounds and taken by the Racers. Well, coming up on AT&T at the half, Greg Gumbel, Greg Anthony, and Seth Davis will take you out for a live look at all the action going on in the NCAA tournament, and they get you caught up on all the latest tournament news. It's all coming up on AT&T at the half.
Spiro, the other big thing involved in this game is that A.J. Ogilvy, the star center for Vanderbilt, 2 fouls in the first half, and easily the star center, 2 minutes of play with 2 fouls in the first half for Murray State. So both big guys on the bench, a lot in this half.
Here's the freshman Jenkins from the corner. And it's knocked out of bounds off of Vandy's Festus Ezeli. Well, Murray State came in, certainly with a big mountain to climb against this big team from the SEC and Vanderbilt. Took him a couple of minutes, Bob, to get comfortable, but you mentioned Ogilvy picking up that second. When he went to the bench, the Racers really got comfortable, didn't they?
It was an even game at that time, 17-16. But the Racers have taken them off the dribble. Vanderbilt not moving their feet as quickly as they would like in this game. And the quickness of Murray State very, very evident in this game.
There's Jermaine Beal trying to set the table. Bad pass. Jenkins checks it down. As we hit the 2-minute mark here in San Jose. Murray State a 2-point lead on Vanderbilt. There's Walker. Still 15 to shoot. Murray State, good defensive rotations. Taylor trying to fight his way to the rim. And Jawan Long has it for the Racers. McClain taking his man off the dribble. It's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Vanderbilt. Look at our early numbers in this game. Bob, what stands out?
Well, points in the paint, 18-14 for the smaller team. That stands out to me. And offensive rebounds. Murray State doing a better job in that category. Terrific game and great game planning by Billy Kennedy in this one. They've scouted Vanderbilt very well. They've taken Jenkins out of the game, the great three-point shooter for Vandy. They are shadowing him everywhere on the floor. And when the ball went inside early in the game, Spiro, they just slapped at it. And the size advantage not taking hold in this game at all for Vanderbilt.
Denaro Thomas can't hit the front end of the 1-and-1, so Vanderbilt has it. Vanderbilt 24-8 this season in the SEC. Overall, 12-4 conference record. Murray State, the champions of the Ohio Valley Conference. 30 victories on the season, including 17-1 in conference play. Taylor, a turnaround jumper, blocked aside by Thomas. Here comes Jenkins. Jenkins, nice five underneath for McClain. Finishes at the rim and a foul.
How about the strength of McClain? Got whacked by both guys. He should get 4 free throws on this one.
So McClain at the free throw line. We welcome you to San Jose, California. This opening round matchup, our 4-13 seeded matchup. Vanderbilt to 4, Murray State to 13. Spiro Dedes, Bob Wenzel welcoming you. And what a surprise we have growing. Murray State, a 5-point lead with just under a minute left before halftime.
The quickness and athleticism of the underdog very evident in this one. Where are they getting it done? On the offensive boards, they've been demons. And defensively, every time the ball goes to the interior, they are slapping at it and creating turnovers. Their three-point shooting has been excellent, and that's why the number 13 seed is right in there with the number 4 seed.
Murray State, 30 wins out of the Ohio Valley Conference this season. Vanderbilt, meantime, 24-8 out of the SEC. 4th seed in this West region.
Well, 2 years ago, A.J. Ogilvy was playing in this game. He's in foul trouble sitting on the bench right now, but similar situation. Siena upset the higher seed in that day. A 13-4 that day as well.
13, very unlucky for this Vanderbilt team in recent years. A rare mistake by Murray State. Will give it back to the Commodores with 47 seconds left before halftime.
This has been an impressive performance by Murray State. Very, very impressive. Guys that win games, their increased confidence is on display today, and you can see that Murray State is a legit team.
Murray State, located in southwest Kentucky, just 134 miles from the Vanderbilt campus. The team's doing battle here in the state of California in this opening round matchup. There's Andre Walker.
Did you notice the scouting on that last play? Goldburn had the ball, he was wide open, a non-shooter, so his man was clogging the middle.
Here's Beal with 5 to shoot. It's knocked out of bounds. Miles will let it dribble away, and the Racers with a chance at the final shot with 12.8. We'll get a timeout. They'll try to draw something up. Billy Kennedy in that Murray State huddle. We'll be right back. Well, here in San Jose, Billy Kennedy's Murray State Racers awfully encouraged by this start. Up 4 on the 4-seed Vanderbilt Commodores.
Shockingly, early in the game, the speed of Murray State very much in evidence. Ogilvy did a good job, but got in foul trouble. Vandy went zone, and what did Murray State do? They knocked in 2 consecutive threes. B.J. Jenkins and Isaiah Cannon both feeling pretty good about themselves, and as a result, Murray State with the lead.
Murray State trailed by 6 early on a 12-5 run here. Chance at the final shot, 9 seconds. Isaac Miles controlling. Miles, the junior from Kansas City. Sets up Jenkins, 2 seconds. Jenkins a runner. Get it to the iron, and that'll do it. So something brewing here in San Jose, as that's the end of the first half with the score Murray State 36, Vanderbilt 32. We'll send you to Greg Gumbel with AT&T at the half in New York right after this word and a message from your local station.
CBS Sports exclusive college basketball coverage is sponsored by Enterprise Rent-A-Car, Subway Restaurants, Lowe's, and by theladders.com.
A beautiful, picturesque day here in Northern California. And there is your halftime score. Murray State a 4-point lead over the 4-seed Vanderbilt Commodores. Spiro Dieters with Bob Wenzel. Bob, it's been a theme already day 1 of the NCAA tournament. The lower seeds hanging with the big boys, and that's been the case here.
Yeah, and you know, with all those seeds, just throw them out, you know, and just watch the games, because Murray State has been inspired in their play. At the offensive end, they're going to the glass, 9 offensive rebounds. Their balance is very much involved in this game already. And we take a look at the in-box score right here. Balance offense.
A box score powered by CBS College Sports Network. Watch CBS College Sports Network's continuing coverage of the NCAA tournament.
Look at the bottom right there. Tony Easley, 93 blocks. He only played 2 minutes in the first half. A.J. Ogilvy, the second leading scorer and leading rebounder for Vanderbilt. He was on the bench much of the time as well. Only played 5 minutes. So the big guys back in the game right now. It'll be interesting to see what develops with that.
Murray State closed the first half on a 12-5 run. Inside that's Easley trying to get back into it. Easley limited with the fouls, as Bob pointed out. Here's Vanderbilt. Held without a bucket for the final 3 minutes and 18 seconds of the first half. The ball knocked out of bounds. The Racers will give it back to the Commodores. Murray State, 30 victories, the champions in the Ohio Valley Conference. Located in Murray, Kentucky, just 8 miles from the Tennessee border.
And their signature this year in those 30 wins has been balanced scoring. 6 guys average about 10 points a game. We're seeing it in this one as well. They've been good on the glass, and they've been very, very good three-point shooting as well, 4 for 8.
Another foul charged to the Racers. It's against Easley, and that's his 3rd personal.
Yeah, he's in for 2 minutes in the first half. He's in for a minute and a half here. He's got 3 fouls already.
Bob, how do you handle it? Do you let him stay in?
Yeah, well, you know,
just to get a feel, maybe. He's been on the bench for so long.
He needs to get some minutes, but they did well without him. Keep in mind, they were up 4 at halftime with him not playing much of a factor at all.
Murray State running after the turnover by Vandy. Thomas, the nice length of the court pass. And possession maintained by Murray State.
Well, I think Billy Kennedy agrees with you, Spiro. He is leaving Easley in the game. Easley was not a factor at all in the first half. and yet the lead's still with the Racers. They used their quickness to their advantage in the first half big time.
Just over a minute gone by, half number 2 here in San Jose. And Little Murray State, the 13th seed in the West region, continues their run here against Vanderbilt. Their lead 38-32, their biggest of the afternoon. Ogilvie answers for the Commodores.
Good pass also right there. Terrific look by Jeffrey Taylor. They've got to take advantage of that situation. They did not do it in the first half to their detriment. Ogilvie inside can score against these people big time.
Vanderbilt 20 in the AP poll coming into the tournament. Nice move inside by Easley. Native of Auburn, Alabama.
Nice move leaving him in with 3 fouls. He's producing there, huh?
Easley, the 5th-year senior, averaging a shade over 10 points per game coming in. Again, limited with fouls in the first half. Nice defensive close by Thomas. Here's Ogilvie. Bad pass, a lot of velocity in that pass in tight quarters, and it belongs to Murray State. Well, here's the balance that Bob mentioned coming into this game. All 5 starters averaging at least 10 points.
Yeah, and the 6th man, Isaiah Cannon, averaging 9.6. So I think we should give him the 10 as well. Don't you?
Absolutely. Cannon, the freshman of the year in the Ohio Valley Conference. Well, they come at you in waves. Certainly don't have anyone that wows you. But boy, have they looked confident so far in this game. Foul charge to Vanderbilt, and the officials say stay right here.
Well, Easley went after it on the offensive board on the Aska miss. As a result, they will keep possession.
Foul charge to Jeffrey Taylor. That's his 3rd foul. So foul concerns for both of these teams. Key starters dealing with issues. Their 35 clock for the Racers. 17:35 to play, second half. Murray State looking to build on a 6-point lead. Jenkins, a wide open space right to the basket.
No help side defense whatsoever for the Doors.
Jermaine Beal right to the cup. And a quick timeout taken by Kevin Stallings and Vanderbilt. Murray State, the 13th seed in the West, with a 6-point lead. Timeout. The NCAA tournament just a few hours old here in 2010, and Bob Wenzel, March Madness already taking hold around the country. Look at what's happened already today.
Unbelievable. Only 2 overtime games in the entire tournament last year. We got 2 in the first 3 games. Villanova barely gets by Robert Morris, and BYU double overtime against the Gators. Nice victory for Dave Rose and his squad.
And Jay Wright bringing 2 of his stars, Fisher and Reynolds, off the bench for disciplinary reasons, and boy, really came back to haunt Villanova. There's Isaac Miles, the Kansas City native, setting the table for his teammate Aska. And back come the Commodores. 17 minutes remaining, second half here in San Jose. Spiro Ditas, Bob Wenzel, welcoming you to San Jose. Vanderbilt's Andre Walker can't put it in. And Murray State, the 13th seed, continues to lead Vanderbilt by 6 points.
Quickness and confidence, very much evident for Murray State right here. Vanderbilt battling back. They are a solid team. They don't panic. Jermaine Beal, if unspectacular, has been very effective for the Doors in this one.
Denaro Thomas is going more and more effective as this game has worn on. A whistle blown against Murray State. Against Aska.
Inside, Ogilvie has the advantage, but they have been going after him right here. He clears space. Not a good judgment play by Ivan Aska, the sophomore. They need him in there. He is their most physical defender. He is now giving away inches, but not that many pounds inside to Ogilvie.
Bob, now both Aska and Easley, they're two big guys with 3 personal fouls. Nice look for Walker, can't put it in again. And back comes Murray State. Goulburn is checked back in for Vanderbilt. Substitution for Billy Kennedy. It's Jeffrey McLean coming in, the junior from Hickman, Kentucky. Grew up just 50 miles from the Murray State campus. We're talking about the foul concerns now. Both coaches involved in this chess match will get very interesting down the stretch.
Indeed, Easley and Ogilvy, very few minutes in this game. Fortunately for Vanderbilt, their best interior guy with only 2.
This is B.J. Jenkins, now to Denaro Thomas. Thomas born in New Orleans. Shot clock still at 20.
These are 2 very, very well-coached teams. Murray State really uses their skill level, their balance. Very, very good.
So more free throws coming up. This Murray State team, very measured, very balanced. A chance to build on a 6-point lead. Here in San Jose, the 13th seed Murray State Racers, a 6-point leader over Vanderbilt. And not known, Bob, as the biggest team certainly in this tournament, but they've had the inside advantage today.
This is really their very few post-up games. Usually it's been off the dribble, undersized but not under-arched. They take the ball with authority to the lane. They use the bounce to get in there. As a result, very, very good coaching by this man, Billy Kennedy. 11 offensive boards for the undersized team. They're playing with great heart. Look at the points in the paint. 26 to 18. That's a big differential and unexpected.
Now Isaac Miles, the junior from Kansas City, at the free throw line. A chance to push this to an 8-point lead. And all of a sudden you're on that Vanderbilt side, Bob. You start to look up at the clock. And the nerves start to tighten as this game winds down.
No doubt about that. The free throw shooting has been not very good for either team. 4 for 10 and 8 for 15 at halftime.
Well, Murray State hits some more free throws. They've got a double-digit lead handily in this game.
Yeah, and right now they've been very aggressive defensively. Vanderbilt not running their stuff, not getting comfortable shots within their offense.
Nice drive and set up. Beal to Goldburn for the two-handed stuff.
Well, there's the answer, my friend. Get the ball to Beal and let him make things happen.
Goldburn, the Brooklyn, New York native. Trying to give this Commodores team a kickstart on the inside.
When you extend your defense and you are not as quick as your opponent, you get yourself into bad situations. Compact man-to-man at the three-point line is what they should be doing, and they're doing now.
Easley back to the basket game. And a rebound taken on the interior by Jenkins.
In the first half, Spiro, Vanderbilt was extending their defense and getting beat off the dribble. This half, they're trying to play more compact. Wise decision.
Goldberg did it with a stuff a moment ago. That time trying to hit the 3. Here comes Thomas. A nice shuffle pass on the interior. Easley was blocked aside by Goldberg. Here comes Jermaine Beal. They're surrounded. They kick to Jenkins for 3, and that is his specialty. The freshman who led the SEC in three-point percentage brings Vandy to within 3.
Little excitement on the part of the Doors now. Beal creating things at both ends.
Jenkins arrived as the most decorated freshman in the Kevin Stallings era. Thomas coughs it up. 2-on-1 run out. Here's Jenkins. Jenkins nearly tied up by B.J. Jenkins.
Well, this is what's going to happen right here if Vandy gets going. The block. The crowd didn't like it. They thought it was a foul. And then at the other end, Jenkins knocks it in from deep. As you mentioned, the leading three-point freshman in the history of Vanderbilt basketball. And they are right back in it.
Bob, if there was any doubt whether this young man would have an early impact on this team, it was erased after 3 games in conference play in the SEC. Shot 9 of 17 from deep in his first 3 SEC games.
A freshman, huh? Averaged 42 points a game in high school. That's more than you had in your career,
yes.
I think, isn't it?
Yes, it's safe to say. Both teams struggling at the free throw line. Vanderbilt just 9 for 17. Climbed to within 2. Vanderbilt fans here in San Jose starting to come alive. Here's Miles. And a whistle blown against Vanderbilt.
I do not think it's wise for Vanderbilt to extend their defense like that. They have a severe lack of quickness compared to their opponent at every position. And when they get extended like that, they're just going to get fouls. Right here, you see how far extended. They're spread all over the floor. And Beal on the recovery just bumps his man. That plays to Murray State's strength. better to play from the three-point line and in if you're Vandy.
Miles turns the corner on the inbounds play. And Murray State pushes to a 4-point lead.
Jenkins fell asleep there. Freshman error.
11 points on the day for Isaac Miles. Backdoor pass deflected. Ogilvy picks it up for Vandy. Clock still at 20. Ogilvy wants to take his man off the dribble. Gets the friendly bounce. It's a 2-point game. There's Miles sneaking past the defense. Ogilvy gets back, picks up the foul. And a chance for Murray State to push to a 5-point lead.
Great alert play by Murray State. Where was Beal and Jenkins? Guards have defensive balance, nowhere involved. The big man who scored was the first guy back. That is lack of hustle on the part of Vanderbilt there.
Ogilvy, meantime, picks up his third foul. At the 13:33 mark of the second half.
Yeah, and that wasn't his fault. He scored at the other end. He was first. He had to run 94 feet.
Miles' free throw makes it 49-44 Murray State.
Murray State has a lot of ways to score, don't they? They can take you off the dribble. They run out. They go to the offensive glass. They've made threes in this game at a good rate.
It's part of the problem with playing a team like Murray State. You don't know who to guard first. They have such great balance.
Exactly. You can't skew your defense in any particular direction.
Come up on 13 minutes remaining. Shot clock at 10. Here's Goldberg. Fight for the rebound. It's taken by the Racers. Vanderbilt. Here's the heralded first-team man, Isaiah Cannon.
Heavy legs right now with 12 minutes to go. Guys are gasping for air right now.
Here's Jenkins for three. And a whistle blown. It's an illegal screen set. Now the basketball belongs to Vanderbilt. NCAA March Madness on Demand is streaming every game from the NCAA Championship online for free. Watch any game from the tournament live at ncaa.com.
Did you say for free?
Yes. Free, baby.
I like that.
Ivan Aska just called for his fourth foul, so Bill Kennedy has to shuffle guys in and out.
That's problematical for Kennedy because Aska is a very strong interior player and has played a great game in this one.
Good news is that Ed Daniel, the freshman, has played well. Here's Festus Ezeli. Boy, that his man sealed. Commodores wanted a happy foul. Don't get it. And here comes Miles.
Fast hands and fast feet on the part of the guys in the blue.
Murray State third in the nation in field goal percentage, over 50%. Here come the Commodores. Here's Brad Tinsley right to the 10. And Tinsley brings the Commodores to within a triple.
Tinsley has that injured left leg, but he was a starter all last year, and 3/4 of this year gave way to Jenkins. Kevin Collins told us yesterday he feels Tinsley can do a better job off the bench.
Left MCL sprain, was a starter until late February, right at the end of the regular season. Here's Miles, 13 to shoot. Jeffrey McClain hands back to the point guard. Here's Cannon, 7 to shoot.
Notice the switch.
Taylor steps out. A fadeaway three from the freshman, Isaiah Cannon.
On the switch, the guard now has a big man, and he can take the big man off the dribble easily. Switching has not been effective for Vanderbilt.
A nice backdoor cut by Beal, and an offensive foul charge to the Commodores' point man. And that's his second. We head down the stretch run here in San Jose. 11:21 remaining. Murray State, the 13th seed, a 5-point lead. Well, a potential surprise on the first day of the NCAA tournament here in San Jose. 13th seed Murray State, 5-point lead over the 4-seed Vanderbilt Commodores. 11:21 left to play in regulation. Spiro Ditas, Bob Wenzel, our entire CBS crew with you. Bob, what a way to start our afternoon.
Well, A.J. Ogilvy is having flashbacks to 2 years ago in the NCAA tournament first round. They lost to 13th seeded Siena. Ogilvy had a great game that day. 18 Hasbrook from Siena had 30, I believe, in that game, if my memory serves.
And it wasn't even close.
Nope.
21-point win over Vanderbilt.
this one is going to be close. It has the feel of down-to-the-wire game. The question is whether Vanderbilt can do anything at this end. I like what they're doing right now, Spiro. They're playing a little bit more conservatively on the defensive end, not extending themselves as much, try to clog the middle against the quicker players they're playing against. On the other hand, Murray State doing a great job with ball movement, spacing, using the balance that they're so famous for in this game. Very, very evident.
Taylor to the bench with his 4th foul. Nice play by Tinsley, stole the inbounds. And it's knocked out of bounds by Vanderbilt. Shot clock resets to 35 seconds, 10:58 left in the second. Isaiah Cannon, the freshman, inbounds to Denero Thomas. Murray State establishing a all-time school record, 30 wins in the regular season.
Interesting necessity. Out of necessity comes a 3-guard lineup right here for Vanderbilt. With Jeffrey Taylor with 4 fouls, they're going with Tinsley, Beal, as well as Jenkins. They're matching up a little bit better, oddly enough.
Racers trying to find an open space. The freshman Cannon. Fadeaway 3 from the wing. And rebounded by Jenkins.
This is going to be an interesting development right here. Taylor with 4 fouls goes out. 3-guard lineup for Vanderbilt. Will they be able to stay with the quicker team right now?
Bad pass by Beal, taken by Juwan Long. Long trying to find Thomas. Ran out of real estate, but saves to the freshman Cannon. Nice play by Thomas.
Great hustle.
So exactly the midway point of half number 2. Murray State 5-point lead. Cannon kicks the Long. Long's pass a little bit too high in front. And an offensive foul charge to Juwan Long.
Do you want to win basketball games in the tournament? Well, if you do, you better hustle. And you're seen it by Thomas.
Billy Kennedy continues to make some changes. B.J. Jenkins will check in. Juwan Long, quick little run to the bench. 9:51 to play. The team foul situation, 6 for Vandy, 5 for Murray State.
Interesting on the matchup right here. Easily the shot blocker is playing Walker. The smaller player inside, Daniel, at 6'7", is guarding the 6'11" Ogilvy.
Ogilvy trying to get to the rim on the baseline. Bob, we talked earlier that this Vanderbilt team this season, 24 wins, they were at their best when Ogilvy was a focal point of the offense. Certainly wasn't the case in the first half with foul issues.
Not at all.
But you can get the sense that he's trying to leave his mark here.
Yeah. Well, right now he got double teamed. Easley gets his 4th personal foul. And the reason Easley is guarding Walker, Walker is not a good outside shooter, so he can come over and block shots on Ogilvy. It's a wise thing to do. Ogilvy had to make a very, very good play just to get to the free throw line here. Now keep in mind, Ogilvy had the 2nd most free throws attempted in the Southeastern Conference this year to DeMarcus Cousins of Kentucky. And right now he isn't getting to the line as much as Kevin Stallings would like.
Ogilvy, a classic postman, back to the basket player, born in Sydney, Australia. 2nd free throw brings his Vandy team within 3 with 9.5 minutes remaining.
Keep an eye on the boards now. With a 3-guard lineup, Vanderbilt is susceptible to the offensive rebounding prowess of Murray.
Talent bad pass trying to force something that wasn't there. Jenkins the steal. Here's Tinsley. There's Commodore fans behind the Vandy bench waiting to explode here. Here's Beal dialing up a long 3. And the rebound by B.J. Jenkins. Vanderbilt shooting today just 17 for 40 as a team.
That's not going to get it done. Give some credit to Murray State. They've been in their grill lots of those times.
Murray State among the nation's best, not only in offensive percentage, but defensively as well. One of the reasons why they have been such a popular dark horse pick going into this tournament. So far, they have not disappointed.
And that's why they've dominated the Ohio Valley Conference this year as well.
Ogilvy saves, but Thomas kept it alive, but clean underneath. And it's a shot clock violation.
Vanderbilt's defense has improved since Jeffrey Taylor has gone to the bench. Now, that's no knock on Jeffrey Taylor. It's the fact that they have their 3 quicker players in the game that are matching up better with the perimeter of Murray State. Billy Kennedy using his negotiating skills right here.
Billy Kennedy, an assistant at Cal back in the mid-90s.
Yeah, he had Jason Kidd out there. Abdul Rahim. And of course, he was an assistant at Miami after he left his alma mater, Southwest Louisiana, before he became the head coach here at Murray State. He has well traveled.
Clock continues to run. We come up on 8 minutes remaining. A 51-48 lead for Murray State. There's Festus Ezeli back in, getting right to work on the interior. And this is a 1-point game.
Ogilvie is out for a rest. He won't be out long.
Bobby, no Vanderbilt is coming here at some point. Bill Kennedy sensing the turn. Will take a timeout. Festus Ezeli, the young man from Nigeria, came to the U.S. at the age of 14, getting a taste of the big time. Timeout. After a very sluggish first half, Vanderbilt's offense started to get back in focus here in the second half. Still trailing the 13th-seeded Murray State Racers by 1 point.
It's dramatic, and an interesting thing happened on the way to the game here. Kevin Stallings has a great deal of confidence in Jeffrey Taylor. Jeffrey Taylor got his 4th foul, and as a result, Kevin Stallings went with a 3-guard lineup, and that got them right back into the game. Jenkins is playing great, of course, and right now the other factor in the game, Ivan Aska and Tony Easley, the 2 biggest guys on Murray State's team, on the bench. They both have 4 fouls. So an extremely small team in for Murray State right now.
But free throw shooting continues to be the Achilles heel for the Racers in this game. 7 for 14 as a team, and this young man, Ed Daniel, is now just 2 for 6. Murray State, despite that, a 2-point lead, 52-50.
The question now is, can they get the ball to Ogilvie, or will the pressure not allow them to do that?
That last free throw by Daniel ends a drought of nearly 4 minutes without a point for Murray State. Vanderbilt desperately trying to get back in front. As we'll take a look at some of the key numbers.
Well, 4 for 9 from 3-point range is going to get it done, but 3 for 11. Vanderbilt has come back a little bit in that area. What you would expect, a close game, close stats. Tinsley's been good in this game. He is now normally the 2-guard. He is playing the 3 spot with Beal and Jenkins. Those are the 3 on the perimeter that have to match up with Miles and DJ Jenkins and Isaiah Cannon.
Vanderbilt ties the game at 52. Tinsley, the sophomore from Oregon City, Oregon. Romero Thomas, as we come up on 7 minutes remaining. It's the 5th all-time meeting between these 2 programs. Last meeting coming in December of 1988. Shot clock at 5 miles, has to fire up a 3 off balance. And it's rebounded by Ogilvie. Dangerous pass, threads the needle to Jenkins. Scoop layup rolls off the rim, and it's taken by Jenkins. There's Thomas at the other end. Thomas kicks for Isaiah. Miles wide open. Got it! And Murray State retakes the lead.
Good for Miles. He's the one that rushed down there and made Jenkins miss. And he gets the opportunity at the offensive end.
Isaac Miles, the pretty drive and setup. Here's Ogilvie reaching around the defender, Daniel. And a foul charge to Murray State.
Isaac Miles, we like you a lot because you hustle. He made the play at one end, lines this one up. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Isaac.
Isaac, the transfer from Creighton. Ogilvie mans the free throw line. We remind you that CBSSports.com is your destination for NCAA tournament coverage. Get real-time scoring, expert analysis, and video highlights from every game at CBSSports.com. rebounds, and then the bad outlet pass. Unforced giveaway by the Racers. And Bob, those are the kinds of mistakes that Murray State has avoided up to that point.
Their turnovers have been rare. Billy Kennedy's team really handling the basketball well during this entire game. A faux pas at the wrong time.
Andre Walker throwing in. There's Jermaine Beal. Unanimous first-team All-SEC selection this season. Tinsley finds Jenkins. Nice ball fake. And the rebound taken by Miles. Miles wants to push, really lost the dribble.
The ball bounced high, but there was no calming violation because he kept his hand above the ball.
Murray State a 2-point lead. McClain bounces underneath for Daniel. Daniel just swallowed up by the Commodores defense, but contact whistle.
Right here, the foul is not on Ogilvie. Walker comes over to help and clubs defensively. And as a result, Daniel's going to get his chance at the free throw line where he has not been good.
Again, free throw shooting, the big story for Murray State. Daniel is 2 for 7 today.
People ask me about officials in the NCAA tournament, and there are 4 sets of officials here. They each will do only one game, and the ones that are deemed to be the best will advance to our games on Saturday.
So the officials have their own bracket, trying to advance to the second round. Daniel hits the second. It's a 1-point game. They get a 3-point lead for Murray State. 56-53, 5:40 to play. Andre Walker, nice backdoor feed for Tinsley on the inside.
Walker's unusual, isn't he? He's a point forward. Passes the ball, doesn't get involved in the scoring that much. Only 6 a game, but boy, he's a facilitator.
Good feel for the game. Vanderbilt settles back into its matchup zone.
When do you bring back Jeffrey Taylor, your second leading scorer? He's got 4 fouls. They're playing well without him. You leave him there, I guess.
Here's Cannon. Oh, he's got a lightning quick first step. Daniel the rebound. Powers back up with the dribble. Ogilvie holding his ground defensively.
Nice challenge.
Deflected at center court by Miles, and it belongs to Vanderbilt. Here's Tony Easley checking back in. 4:58 mark of the second half.
Nice challenge by the big guy, and then the outlet pass is stolen. You almost had that one.
I was ready for it.
You were. Ogilvie's done a nice job, and Kevin Stallings has done a good job of spelling him with Easily. A lot of ties, a lot of lead changes. We're going to add to that down the stretch right here. Also, Kennedy has a decision to make about his situation with fouls. He decides to come back with Tony Easley now. The shot blocker is back on the floor with 4. Ivan Aska, the post presence offensively, still on the bench.
Here's Jenkins, a 3, puts it down. And Vandy has its first lead since the 7-minute mark of the first half.
Confidence is a wonderful thing. That was a contested J.
Well, he's got great size, too, for a guy at his position.
Looks a little like Stephon Curry, doesn't he?
Yes,
Favors him a little.
Got long arms at 6'4". Here's Jenkins, the drive and set up for Miles. Rebounded inside by McClain, and Murray State with a new 35.
Notice Ogilvie out of the game, getting a rest.
Miles setting easily on the interior. It's knocked out of bounds and belongs to the Commodores.
Nice job by Easily, clogging the middle right here. Look at this contested shot. Nice D, better offense. Jenkins from deep. Think those high SAT guys like that shot? I think so.
Breathe a sigh of relief. Vanderbilt down by 6 at the break, down by as many as 8 in the second half. A 2-point lead with under 4 minutes remaining. Vanderbilt losing to Mississippi State semifinals of the SEC tournament. Boy, and this young man not playing like a freshman today.
Oh, man. They found their guy.
Jenkins, the Tennessee native. 11 points on the day. The answer on the other side. Both teams going in search of some first-year players. And this a 1-point Vanderbilt lead.
You gotta love it. Jenkins made 6 out of 9 threes against the Gators in Gainesville, and he made 5 of 8 against Georgia in the SEC tournament. This is not unlike him.
Come up on 3 minutes left in the second half. You're setting Tinsley. Tinsley some real estate on the baseline. Turned this side by McLean. Here comes Murray State. Gannon turns, gets to Jenkins for a triple, puts it in. And now this is like a heavyweight fight. Both teams uppercutting each other. And Murray State with a 2-point lead.
They're shooting from further and further out.
Jenkins turns the corner with defenders draped all over him, couldn't hit. A tip-in attempt by Ezeli, no, but a foul charge to Murray State.
Well, if you like three-point shooting, you're going to like this set of circumstances. Jenkins at one end, the answer by the other Jenkins at the other end. Deep stuff. In the second half, Spiro, how did Vanderbilt get back in it? Well, they crept back in it with the inside play. But then they jumped back in it with Jenkins making 2 threes from deep. And the inside-outside combination have the Doors feeling like they're back in this game.
Jenkins, 13 points, has played big minutes today. His first taste of the NCAA tournament. Certainly has not wilted on the big stage so far.
I don't see any wilting out here by either team, do you? I'll tell you
Certainly
what.
not this Murray State team, the 13 seed. Spiro Ditas, Bob Wenzel from San Jose, California. Our first game of the afternoon pits 4-seeded Vanderbilt against the 13th seed Murray State. Festus Ezeli misfires on 2 free throws. And so Murray State takes possession, maintaining their 2-point lead.
And unfortunately for them, Ogilvie was ready to come in, but on a missed free throw, you cannot come into the game. So the star player waiting to come in and the clock ticking down.
Murray State 30 wins in the Ohio Valley Conference. Southwest Kentucky. Inside miss. And the rebound taken by Jeffrey Taylor. And the time up on the baseline finds Ezeli. Kevin Stallings sensing a potential turnover will burn a timeout. So minute 55 left in the second half from San Jose. Stay with us. Game reset as we rejoin you from San Jose. Under 2 minutes left to play. Vanderbilt burning a timeout to get A.J. Ogilvie back in, as you mentioned during the break.
Indeed, and that was a very wise move by that man. Kevin Stallings knows what he's doing, obviously. The coach of the year in the Southeastern Conference. Ogilvie needs to be in this game because Ezeli is such a weak free throw shooter, 38%. It's almost best to just foul him if he's in the game at this juncture.
Vanderbilt, a 4th seed back in 2008, trying to avoid what happened 2 years ago against Siena. Fighting through against a very valiant Murray State opponent. The contact here and a blocking foul charge. It's against Tony Ezeli.
That'll be his last. Ezeli tries to take the charge right here. Nice post-up position. You mentioned he's a terrific back-to-the-basket player.
It's a tough call to take. So Ezeli's day is finished. Limited in the first half with his foul woes. Bill Kennedy left him on the floor trying to play through it for much of the second half, and it certainly worked.
I think it did. It was a wise decision on Kennedy's part. And in the endgame situation, you need big guys less, especially when you have a lead. You want to go with guys who are quick on the perimeter, and they have not suffered with the big guy on the bench. In the first half, they had a 4-point lead with him out. But this guy is necessary for a W for this team.
Vanderbilt, a very steady free throw shooting team during the regular season, but a different story today. Ogilvie hits the first. Vandy 73% during the regular season. Today just 15 for 26. That's 57%.
An aberration for sure. This guy's up there in the 76 range as well.
Ogilvy, born in Sydney, misses the second, and it's pulled down by Denaro Thomas. There's Isaiah Cannon. Both teams going to freshmen in the biggest moment of the season. Timeout taken, 1:36 to play. Murray State with a 1-point lead. Timeouts remaining for both sides. Foul situation with 1:36 to play. Murray State with possession, holding a 1-point lead.
Well, Billy Kennedy called the timeout. And what he's going to do right here, he wants to get the ball in the hands of his guards. They've really dominated the game. And right now, Miles and Jenkins and Cannon all in the game at the same time. Weird matchup right now because Taylor and Walker both in the game, forwards guarding perimeter players.
Starting center, the 50-year senior Tony Easley is just fouled out. Clock at 10. Thomas glances at the clock. Trying to take Walker off the dribble. Fadeaway shot rolls in. And it's a 3-point lead for the Racers.
Experience matters. Thomas, fourth-year senior. Big-time shot.
Van Beal in traffic. Backdoor for Ogilvy to the cup. Puts it in. Under a minute left in regulation. A whistle blowing here.
I don't think anybody
Something
called
with the
timeout.
clock.
Yeah.
Kevin Stallings looked confused. Got a couple of clock issues in this game.
Yeah, this is the third one.
Game clock showing 57.5 seconds. Murray State 64, Vanderbilt 63.
Well, the rules, Spiro, in college basketball, on a made field goal with under a minute left, the clock stops automatically. So right here, we're going to see the drive. I don't think there's any issue with foul right here. Terrific play by Ogilvy. We got to look at the clock right here. If the clock is under a minute, the clock stops automatically on a made field goal.
Looked like he released just before we got to the 60-second
But see, the clock is still
mark.
running. See, the clock is still running. The clock should have stopped on
right.
that make.
Again, our officials in this game, Patrick Driscoll, William McCarthy, and Michael Irving.
Driscoll, the chief of the crew, right there. He's going to take a look at this. But keep in mind the rule that I just said. If on a made basket in college basketball, you don't really need to call timeout. Now watch as this goes through the basket. 101, it goes through. So now that's where it should be. And see how the clock keeps running? That's not supposed to happen. The clock stops on a made basket.
Officials walk away from the table. Let's see what they do with the clock here, if anything. And they will leave it at 57.5 seconds. Interesting.
Well, they're judging that as the ball went through. It took that long to get through, and this is the amount they had.
Yeah, these fans on the other edge of their seats now. Murray State, 13 seed out of Southwest Kentucky. Vanderbilt, the 4 seed in the West region. Spiro Ditas, Bob Wenzel, 43 seconds remaining. Murray State trying to pull the first round upset. Murray State, 30 wins, the champions of the Ohio Valley Conference. Here's Miles taking his man off the dribble. Intercepted on the baseline by Andre Walker. Vanderbilt a chance to retake the lead with 22 seconds left.
Oh, my goodness.
And Kevin Stallings wants to talk it over. Vanderbilt looking to avoid another first-round exit here in San Jose. Game reset with 21.1 seconds. Vanderbilt will inbound the basketball. Coach Bob Wenzel, what do we do here?
Well, you know, you don't pick out a guy and say, okay, you're going to get the shot. You know, what you do is you space your players out. Ogilvy is the guy who's been the best player. The problem with a post player in this situation is you got to get the ball to him. So really what you need is a guy like Beal to create with the dribble and see what he can make happen.
Vanderbilt shooting 2 free throws on every Murray State personal from here on out. 21 seconds. Brad Tinsley throws into Jermaine Beal. Beal, the unanimous first-team All-SEC man. Here's Ogilvy, 15 seconds. Backdoor for Beal. Contact.
Oh, my goodness. tremendous.
And 2 free throws coming up with 12 seconds to play.
NCAA tournament many years ago, the backdoor play by Princeton over UCLA. This is the same exact play. Ogilvie to Beal on the back door. They caught Murray State looking. And now, an 80% free throw shooter gonna have his chance.
2 for 2 today. Beal's first ties this game. Kevin Stallings has talked about the leadership that Beal has provided his Commodores team. Billy Kennedy's going to try to freeze him here. 12.7 left in San Jose. Don't go anywhere. Well, Murray State has certainly flirted with big first-round upsets in years past. There is their only NCAA tournament win. 1990 team as the 16 seed nearly pulled off the stunner against the 1-seeded Michigan State Spartans.
Yeah, that was an overtime game. Popeye Jones had 37 for Murray State that day.
Here's Jermaine Beal, the DeSoto, Texas native, and the senior steps up, hits 2 huge free throws. 12 seconds, no timeout for Murray State. Here's Jenkins, a three-pointer, no. 5 seconds, it's knocked out of bounds, and Murray State will maintain possession. And here Kennedy will use a timeout. Murray State, the 13th-seeded Racers, will have it with a chance to pull it off when we come back. Murray State's fans hoping for one final bucket to push their Racers over the finish line. Down 1, 4 seconds left. What is Billy Kennedy trying to accomplish here?
Well, 2 things to remember. They scored earlier in the game on this same inbounds play when Jenkins fell asleep. Also, beware of the guy who's inbounding the ball. He can step in right after he passes it. You're going to get staggered screens across the baseline. This is a 1-4 setup. Vanderbilt should switch every screen here.
Bob, no timeouts left for Murray State. 4 seconds. Vanderbilt a 1-point lead. McLean inbounding. Right corner to Miles. Finding space. Here's Thomas. 1 second. Got it at the buzzer! And 13-seeded Murray State has pulled off the opening round shocker.
It's challenged. It doesn't matter. Under 1 second. Heroes are born in March. Denero Thomas, the senior. Great follow through.
And Bob, they deserved it.
No doubt about it. Great game plan by Billy Kennedy. Use their quickness to their advantage. Somebody's going home.
Vanderbilt ousted from the NCAA tournament for a 2nd straight time. 13th seed ousted in 2008. A similar fate here in San Jose today.
You think those guys are happy, Spiro? You talk about an underdog coming in and winning the game. Beautiful game planning. Great inspiration by this group. Terrific quickness on the part of Murray. What a game they played.
Murray State, champions out of the Ohio Valley Conference, 30 wins that broke an 85-year history this season. But this their biggest moment in what has been an incredible year.
Win number 31, and it's the most important win of the year, obviously. I hope nobody gets hurt going in there. B.J. Jenkins, number 1, when they won the Ohio Valley Championship, he cut his finger on the nets. They're not going to do that today.
Bob, we've talked about how balanced this Murray State team is, and that's one of the biggest issues late in the game. You don't know who to defend such a tough cover there. And Dinero Thomas hits the biggest shot of his life.
They did a great job defensively on the switches, but they stayed with it. And the timing, they only had 4 seconds on the inbound play, and he let the ball release from his hand with under 1 to go. Awesome play, great teamwork.
The Racers out of Murray, Kentucky, just their second all-time NCAA tournament win. Last winning in the NCAA tourney back in 1988, defeated NC State by 3 points.
Dinero, Murray, Kentucky loves you, and so do his teammates. What a moment for that young man.
Thomas, the New Orleans native, trying to take it all in. That's your final score. Murray State 66, Vanderbilt 65. Let's go to New York and Greg Gumbel.